It has been a while since we've had the XJ in the garage, and I'm really excited to share with you a bunch of new projects we've got in store. And today, we're going to kick it off by installing some lights. Stay tuned. Welcome to TrailRecon. I'm Brad, and today we finally got the XJ in the garage, and I'm really excited to share with you some off-road lights we're going to be installing. And then when the sun sets, we're going to take them out on the trail and light them up because, you know, the XJ needs some extra lights. And then I want to share with you a bunch of projects we've got planned on the XJ coming up. You know, it's been long overdue to do some work on here. I have been daily driving this for a while, and I just love this Jeep, but there's so many things that need to get addressed, and so I've lined up several projects that we're going to be doing over the next several weeks, and I'm going to be sharing those with you. I think you're really going to enjoy them. Now, before we start talking about these lights, I want to give a big thanks to the sponsor of this video, KC HiLites. You know, they are a great manufacturer of lights. You know, I'm running all their lights on my Wrangler, and I love them. They perform really well, and the quality is amazing. I really appreciate their support. At the end of this video, guys, make sure you head over to the link I'm going to leave in the description if you want to get a pair of these lights. You're going to really like these. Now, let's take a close-up look of these KC G34 lights. So what we've got today is a pair of KC's Gravity LED G34 lights. These are a cube light, and I will say these are really a good looking light. You know, there are a lot of LED cube lights out on the market, and none of them look as nice as this. You know, I got a nice clear lens, a nice clear reflector on the back, and that's the way a light should look. I'm really excited to get these on the bumper because I think they're going to perform well, but they're also just very stylish. They're going to look really nice. Now, we bought these in a driving pattern, which I think is going to be perfect for mounting on the bumper. These lights measure 3 by 4 inches, and it's going to put out 2300 raw lumens, and also will put out 600 lux at 10 meters, which that's going to be a whole lot of light. Now, the cool thing about these lights is they are SAE compliant. So what does that mean? They're actually street legal. Now, there's a couple of things that are important here. You can't just mount these anywhere and call them street legal. If they are within 10 to 24 inches and they're below the headlight, you can actually use these when you're driving. Now, you don't want to blind your fellow guy coming down the road, and you definitely want to check with your country and your state regulations. But here in California, if I meet those requirements, if I can angle these down just right, they're going to be perfect for the XJ, and if I need some extra light, I can turn them on the road, which I really like that feature. Now, these are 16 watts, and they're drawing 1.19 amps, and these are a 5000K color spectrum, which is really nice because they're going to reduce eye fatigue. You know, those super bright white lights, you can actually get tired of looking at those after a while. This has been proven in races that that's the best color to go with. It's got a very nice polycarbonate lens on the front, and it's a gravity reflective diode, what they call a GRD. So they're not shining the LED straight at you, they're bouncing it off the reflector and making that light pattern the way they want it, which I think is very smart. That's the way you do it. Now, the reflector they're using is not just some cheap piece of aluminum. It's actually a DuPont nylon reinforced reflector, which gives it added strength and it resists heat. And it's little details like that that they put into this light that really makes me appreciate the quality. It's got an aluminum housing, and it's actually got some weight to it. I mean, this thing's pretty solid. It's got a nice powder coated E-coat finish on it. It's very glossy and smooth. It's really nice. There's some fins here that are going to help, you know, transfer that heat away from the light. Just a nice solid design. Really, really happy with this. The mounts on here, got a lot of adjustability on the mounts. The wires are nice and sealed, very solid. Got a male connector on this end, and then we've got a full wire loom, which has got nice waterproof connectors. We got the female ends here. It's got all those water protection that you need. Includes a fuse, all the connections to the battery, to the ground, everything you need to install this on an XJ or just about any vehicle. Plus, they've included a little on-off button, which is really nice. We've got a full set here of basic instructions, and then some zip ties and some screws and some random stuff. Everything we need to make this install go smoothly. Now, let's get this mounted up and take a look at it. All right, now our spinny belt bumper has the option of putting a bull bar on here, which we didn't go with, but there's already these pre-drilled holes, one in the front and one in the back. And so I'm actually just going to install right through the holes, and I don't know if I like where that sits, how it's kind of out on the edge. I think I'm going to mount it. I'm going to mount it back there. I think I like that. We'll see if that works out. So wouldn't you know it, I just can't get under there to get to those bolts, so I need to take the winch off it so I can slide it to one side and the other and then get underneath there and tighten it up. But I think this is going to be a great spot, but I just got to move that winch. There we go. There we go. That's what we needed. Now we've got all kinds of room to work. And hey, I don't know what this stain is from on my bumper here, but if anybody knows how to get rid of stains off of powder coating like that, I'm all ears. Let me know in the comments below, guys. All right, I got the winch all secured and I got both lights now mounted, and they are just barely touching the grill on both lights, but it's not significant, so I'm not really going to stress about it too much. I just don't, you know, if it was putting a bunch of pressure on there where it was going to crack it or something, I'd worry about it, but just leaning up against there, I'm not too worried about it. I think that's actually going to be nice. Let's get them wired up and test them out. Okay, so for the wire loom, there's one short end, which we're going to tuck down here and reach underneath the grill to get to that light, and then the longer one will go over here. Connections to the battery, zip tied all the way along there, and then we just need to go through the firewall. We've got lots of wire here, so no issues. Okay, we've got all the wires ran. Coming through the firewall, we just went under the dash, and then we went underneath the center console, and I'm just hooking up the button here for now. It's just kind of laying flat, but my ultimate goal is to pull out the ashtray, and I think we can get this out pretty easy here. Let's see if we can get this out real quick. See how hard this is going to be. Oh yeah, that's just going to pop out. It's a little bit of love. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to take this out, and then I'm going to build like a little plate, I don't know, maybe some aluminum or maybe some plexiglass or something, and then I'm gonna mount the buttons. I'm gonna have like 3 or 4 buttons, however many I can fit in there, and that'll be a nice little place to have a little switch panel. So that's the plan. I'm not gonna do that today, I'll do that in the future. Right now we're just gonna leave it over here. Boy, that's dirty and nasty under there, but that's the plan, guys. Now, let's turn this on and see if these work. All right, now the future of the XJ. And if you're visiting the channel for the first time, you're like, what is going on with this XJ? Those of you who've been following the channel, you know that this started out as a father-son project, and it was just awesome turning wrenches in the garage with my boys. But since that time, 2 are now in college and 1 is off in the military, and so they're home once in a while and we can do some things along the way. But Dad is just going to start taking this on himself. You know, I love this Jeep and I want to start turning some wrenches on it. And I want to start driving it more and taking it off road and taking it on some short trips and some little adventures. So I think that will be fun. Now, before I start driving it anymore, there are some things that I need to address. And one, first and foremost, is steering. Not sure what's going on with the steering. I need to do a little bit of troubleshooting. But right now, when I'm driving down the road, it'll sit at a quarter turn, and then it'll go a quarter turn the other way. It'll sit in the straight. It's not really loose, not any looser than a normal Jeep steering wheel, but every once in a while it just shifts one way or the other. I've kind of checked control arms, drag link, tie rods, that kind of stuff. Everything seems tight, so I'm not sure if it's the steering box. I'm not sure if it's, I don't know, ball joints or what it is, but I got to do some more diagnosis. We got to figure out what's going on with the steering. Also, the exhaust. So ever since we did the transfer case drop, the exhaust is sagging more than I would like. So my plan is to take it to an exhaust shop and have them tighten that up. And then also what I want to do is get some frame stiffeners for the subframe. You know, I want to be able to not have to worry about going over some rocks and scraping things up and messing up the body. So I'm going to get some frame stiffeners. And then most importantly, I want to enjoy driving it a little more on the road, which means a new stereo, something that's got some good sound, and maybe Bluetooth or an auxiliary port or something like that. Right now it's just an old, cheap old stereo, no good. I gotta listen to my tunes, right? The seat cushion is awful. It's terrible. I need to find a good seat cushion, and then I'm gonna reupholster the interior. And I think it'd be cool to put leather seats in this, kind of a little custom touch. The other thing we're gonna do is the steering wheel. So I think my boys drove the Jeep with their hand right at the top of the steering wheel because they wore a hole right through the leather. Right now I've just got some electrical tape on there just to kind of keep it from fraying up anymore. but I'm gonna put a new leather cover on there and I'm gonna do that myself. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, those are some things we're gonna do right away in the next coming weeks, and then we're gonna start addressing all kinds of other things down the road. But no more neglecting the XJ, guys. You're gonna see a lot more of it on the channel. I'm excited. I wanna get this thing primed and ready and go hit the trail with it. So that's that. Let's go, the sun's just about down, so let's head out and go test these out. Man, did those make a difference or what? You know, the XJ was just not putting out a lot of light stock, but that makes a big difference. And I love the way they look. I mean, square lights, the cubes on there, just go perfect with the XJ. You know, the square lights on the XJ is kind of boxy. Those cubes are perfect for it. Now, maybe we'll install some more lights down the road. I'm not sure, maybe A-pillars or do something with a roof rack, rock lights. I don't know, we'll figure it out, but we're definitely gonna add some more lights to the XJ here in the future. Look, if you wanna check out these G34s by KC, make sure you visit the link in the description. Pay attention, guys, a lot more XJ videos heading your way. If you are visiting TrailRecon for the first time, please hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a member of the TrailRecon team. Thanks for watching.